Dillian the Body Snatcher right here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
Right, I hope you all are doing excellent. Now, there's an article here, and I'll put it in the description box. Of course, you guys go give it a read if you like, after you finish with this video. And if you're new on in, welcome. And of course, click that subscribe button. Turn it from red to grey. It's brilliant over here. #1 place in the world for world boxing news, right? Not an opinion, fact. Right. Anyway, so what this article is going on about is the fact that the rematch between Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury could in fact be changed from February 22nd, which was a preliminary date, not penciled in for certain, but a preliminary date, February 22nd, could well be pushed back by a couple of months even. Reason being is because when Deontay Wilder, he announced that he's going to be taking on Luis Ortiz, which happened to be the week prior to Anthony Joshua taking on Andy Ruiz Jr. on June the 1st at Madison Square Garden. We all know why he did that, because he wanted to make sure that if Anthony Joshua defeated Andy Ruiz Jr., he weren't going to be calling out Wilder, because he just don't want that fight. We know that, don't we? So he said, I'm going to be fighting Luis Ortiz, blah, blah, blah. Then I'm going to be fighting Tyson Fury. So the original date was September 28th for Wilder versus Ortiz. And since then, for whatever reason, they haven't agreed to this. I don't know why they haven't taken that date in what was meant to be Los Angeles. In fact, Errol Spence Jr. will now be taking on Sean Porter on that date. Why didn't Wilder versus Ortiz happen? I would imagine because Wilder's probably injured, as usual. He's got a packet of crisps for hands. He really does. He's forever having surgery on them. But because of that, he's now going to be fighting Luis Ortiz, what looks to be late November. So from late November to late February, you're talking 3 months between Ortiz and Tyson Fury. Not a great deal of time. Wilder, not the most active guy in the world, but it's not too. He's not the extreme, okay? He doesn't have a year off in between fights. He doesn't do that kind of thing, but he's not the most active fighter in the world. So going from Ortiz to Fury within 3 months, and he's got a deadline with Dillian Whyte, May the 18th. As well. So that's 3 fights within a very, very short period of time. You're talking 6 months, which it's a lot for Wilder, that is for sure. Well, actually, it's a lot for any heavyweight, really. But that's pretty much why they're saying that Fury and Wilder will be postponed, because of the Luis Ortiz. They couldn't get in a date. What reason that may be, who knows? No idea whatsoever. But he wants to try and fit in Tyson Fury before he's forced with his mandatory against Dillian Whyte. But even if he did take on his mandatory in Dillian Whyte on the deadline of May the 18th, that would be 5.5 years that Wilder's only taken 2 mandatory defences when the rules are once every year. So it's absolutely disgusting what's happening. So again, we could argue with that and say, well, although Dillian Whyte is okay to maybe go from May to June or potentially July, don't take the piss. It's pretty much what I imagine the team of Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn will be saying. Which is, it's not our problem who you fight between now and May the 18th. You could fit in 1 fight, you could fit in no fights, you can fit in 20 fights. We don't care. May the 18th or there or thereabouts, we want that fight. So, because you want Tyson Fury after Luis Ortiz, that ain't our problem. And Dillian Whyte will be absolutely correct in that. Now, how would Tyson Fury feel about potentially waiting even longer to take on Deontay Wilder? Again, is it really Tyson Fury's problem that, for whatever reason, the Ortiz fight isn't coming off at the minute? Even though Wilder and Ortiz say that they're definitely fighting, but what's the hold-up? Nobody's saying what the hold-up is. It's not like they couldn't get a date and a venue, because they have had September 28th at Los Angeles, at the Staples Center. So they could have done it, but they didn't. As I said, Errol Spence and Sean Porter have now replaced it. So there's something going on with Team Wilder. And my prediction is, as always, he's probably injured. Is what it is. But regardless, it's not Dillian Whyte's problem. If you want to postpone the Tyson Fury fight, do what you got to do. But you're fighting Dillian Whyte within that very short period after Tyson Fury. But we know what will probably happen is Wilder will probably get a special exemption and get to fight Tyson Fury probably around about July, August kind of time, maybe even September, who knows, of next year. And then he's going to make Dillian Whyte wait even longer. And the WBC will grant this. You know what these guys are like. And even if Wilder does defeat Tyson Fury, which most people think that he won't. But even if he does, he's probably going to feign some kind of injury. You know that's what's going to happen. Or he's probably going to try and go for the franchise championship, or he'll probably vacate the WBC title. Is he going to fight Dillian Whyte? Highly unlikely. As much as his fans may say how Wilder is going to smooth out Dillian Whyte, I don't think Wilder has that confidence that a lot of these guys pretend to have. But anyway, it is what it is. So that's the news, that because Luis Ortiz fight is taking so long to find a venue for whatever reason it may be, or injuries, whatever, it looks like the Tyson Fury fight is going to be postponed to a later date from February 22nd, which means they're going to try and probably push for Dillian Whyte to wait a bit longer. And this is where the problems are going to happen. And I fully expect Dillian Whyte and Eddie Hearn to sue the WBC and Wilder if they try and play these kind of games. So it's in Wilder's best interest to fight Luis Ortiz, get it out the way as soon as possible. Or, better still, don't fight Luis Ortiz, fight Tyson Fury. Skip out Luis Ortiz, because nobody wants to see you fight him. Nobody does. Anyway, that's what's going on. Article in the description box. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you all on the next one.